Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. And when we last left off, Shiki and Roa were fighting, and that's really all there is to it. Well, Roa was kind of teasing us a little bit with some information that, well, might be pertinent, might be important, like, this thing, did you ever think about it this way? You were insane from a long time ago. Maybe he was the one that was killed and then we might be taken over, yada, yada, yada. Inconsequential stuff that'll have no bearing on the story whatsoever, right? Right. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Idiot, that's not it at all. I'm Roa. You had that inverse impulse because you were connected to me subconsciously. He grinned. Roa takes a step forward. Bye, Shiki. It's been fun. With that, he swings his knife-like claws downward. There's no pain, just the sound of splashing blood. You bitch. Roa's voice rings out. In front of me, Senpai's body takes the full force of Roa's claws. I can't think of anything. No, there's no need to think. I scoop up my fallen knife with my mouth. My teeth tighten around the hilt. What are you, I can't remember that dude's name. Never mind. I dash into Roa, almost like I was collapsing into him. Is it Zabuza? Naruto? Like the first real arc? Well, not first arc, but the first real ninja arc. Yeah, whatever. I sliced the line running diagonal from down from his shoulder. He screeches like some demonic bird. If it wasn't for the fact that there's, other people here and it's in the middle of the night, I would actually do that because I can screech. Running away from Senpai and me, he jumps directly into the window and falls out. The glass shatters and he falls outside. I won't let you get away. I run to the window. Damn. But of course, I can't jump from the third floor. Under the moonlit night, as if he didn't receive a fatal wound by just having his lines of death cut, Roa runs away like a beast. I can't chase him. From here, I can't chase him. But it seems like there's no need for that. Under the moonlight, Roa's running figure stops. There isn't one person outside, but two. One, the beast-like figure of Roa. One, the sublime white figure of the vampire princess. The fight lasted only an instant. Roa screams as he dies and fades to ash. Arcuade? She stands there, composed, and looks up at me, then disappears before my eyes. I'm exhausted. My body collapses on the floor. Leaning against the wall, I sit down. The knife falls from my mouth. From my elbows down, my right arm is shattered, twisted, and split. Roa's claw marks remain gouged into my left shoulder, and my left arm hangs, unmoving. I feel like a squid or an octopus with both my arms just hanging there. Senpai. I look down the hallway. I look down to where Senpai had collapsed when she protected me earlier. And there, Senpai, your wounds are okay? Yes. A wound like this will heal quickly. I cannot make out her face since it's dark, and he thought I was joking with, will Arcuade save the day? Haha! but I thought it looked paler than usual. But in reality, actually, technically, both Ark and Ciel saved the day. Haha! Thump. Headache. Thump. This headache. Thump. Because I still see these lines. Thump. I have this headache. Tono-kun? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just my head hurts. I managed to reply as I bear the pain. My hands, if I could move them, I could hold my head and maybe calm down. But they don't move an inch. Probably because you saw too much death. Tono-kun, you were pushing yourself too much. Trying to defeat Roa by yourself was being reckless. It's not reckless. You were the one being reckless. Why did you let him do that to you? He just caught me off guard. Idiot. I heard all of it. I heard how Senpai threw away her swords to protect me. Going through that just to protect me was stupid. Going through that and just calling out my name, there's something wrong. I suppose, no matter what I did, you revived by yourself. I guess I was just doing useless things. No, that's not it at all. But I heard you. Tono-kun? Your voice, I know I heard it. You kept calling my name, so it made me realize that I was still alive. So, what saved me wasn't my desire to kill Roa, but it was just Senpai's voice. Tono-kun? Your wounds, do they hurt? Please wait, I'll heal them. No, it's not really my arms. This headache is terrible. The pain isn't coming from outside, but I feel like it is shooting out from inside me. It's a reaction from seeing too much death. Suddenly overworking your brain like that probably caused too much blood flow. I know that, but... Shit, just dropped my phone. Look, your power is very dangerous to you, Tono-kun. Shit, bumped my mouse. Blah, I'm dumb. Seeing that which you should not be able to see, which should not be possible to see, puts a huge strain on your body, and your blood vessels will not be able to handle the flow of your blood. Seeing the death of something close to you, like humans, shouldn't be a problem, but seeing the death of things that don't naturally have a death, it's extremely dangerous. Yeah, that's okay though, Senpai. Roa is now dead. I don't have to see any more death. So, I don't have to see them. Senpai, do you know where my glasses are? Huh? My glasses. Without them, I see these lines all the time. If I don't have them, I'll go crazy. They're probably in the tea ceremony room. So, could you please get them for me? Hono-kun, what are you saying? Your glasses are definitely... I understand. I'll go get it right away, so please close your eyes. If you use them much longer, it will be really bad for you. Yeah, I'll do that. That's, I don't think it's any spoilers. It's not, because you can inference that out pretty easy. It's pretty easy to suss out if you think about it at all. But Shiki's wearing his glasses currently, and he can still see the lines. Which is not good. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks. I close my eyelids. After only a few moments, I can feel Senpai's fingers on my face. Here you go. It's all okay now. Please open your eyes, Tono-kun. Ah. The lines of death are now gone. My headache disappears as I closed my eyes, and I can now see Senpai's face clearly. Thanks, Senpai. Now it's back to normal. What are you saying? There's still some work before you return to normal, so please keep still. She says that and sits down beside me. These wounds really aren't that bad. I'll be able to heal them right away, so please hold on just a little longer. Senpai carefully reaches out and holds my twisted arm. There's almost a tickling, warm sensation. My cold arm begins to warm up again, and the numbed pain returns after that. Ow. If there's pain, it lets you know you are alive. Now let's take care of your left arm. With a light step, Senpai moves over to my left side and puts her hand on my shoulder. Amazing. My left arm is already healed. It isn't amazing. This is my normal profession, so it is only natural I can do that. Her normal profession? Is she a nurse or something? Well, I don't think a nurse could heal a shattered arm like that in a matter of minutes, though. Hey, Senpai. Yes? Senpai, just what kind of person are you? Come to think of it, I don't really know anything about you, Ciel Senpai. The fingers over my wound suddenly stop. But it was only a momentary reaction. I'm the same as you, Tono-kun. I also have not had this body from birth. I also was close to death. No, I am someone who died and came back to life. And it was just a habit for me to come back to life. Is she joking? She gives a pained smile. What do you mean? If you die, you normally can't come back, right? What I'm saying is that I was not normal. Not normal, like Arkawade? She doesn't respond. Is she done? Senpai stands up. There, all finished. How is it? Can you move? I lift my hands and move them around. My fingers can move at will, and there is only a little pain. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Senpai. I'm just always helped by you. Senpai doesn't answer. She just smiles. Then, let's go back. There's no need to be here any longer. Senpai starts to walk away. Picking up my fallen knife, I follow her out of the school. Hey, this opening thing. The two of us walk to the gate under the moonlight. Senpai doesn't say anything. Looking at her back, I think reluctantly about things I don't want to consider. Roa is gone. Arkawade is also gone. Their purpose was to eliminate Roa, so Senpai has no reason to stay here any longer. This is serious. I knew it all along, but I never thought this would come to so quickly. I want Senpai to stay here. I want her to stay, but it isn't just my problem. I steal a glance at Senpai's face. What does Senpai plan on doing? And then, Senpai suddenly stops walking. Tono-kun. She looks directly at me with eyes devoid of any emotion. What is it, Senpai? About what we were talking about earlier, or before. Before, about how you're like Arkawade? She nods. Still staring me in the eye, she starts to speak. Tono-kun, if I was a vampire, what would you do? My mind goes blank. I don't know what she wants to hear. Still, Senpai is Senpai. Even if you are a vampire, that wouldn't change. Her expression remains the same. Just for an instant, I think she smiled sadly. I am the same as her. Just like she is a vampire who has had no experience, I just might be a vampire who has no sense of self. She speaks as if it was a monologue. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say to that. So, just like before, I can only say what I really feel. That's fine. Eh? I said, that's fine. Even if you are a vampire, I still like you, Senpai. What? Senpai stands there in complete amazement. Realizing what I just said, I blush furiously and look away. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Come on, let's go back, Senpai. Trying to hide my embarrassment, I pull myself back to reality. Go back. Where is Senpai heading or going to return to? I suddenly feel terrible. Well, if she's from the church, to be fair, she's Catholic, and she works for one of the secret sects of Christianity or Catholicism or whatever the fuck. Wouldn't she go back to, the Vatican and fucking Rome? I'm afraid to look at her face and can't turn around. Tono-kun? From behind me, Senpai's voice calls out. Her quiet, emotionless voice. What is it? I answer without turning. You know why I came to the city, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I know. You came to kill Roa. Yes, but I haven't told you why yet. I really meant to tell you in the tea ceremony room, but things ended quickly. That's true. It was kind of disappointing. But wasn't you chasing Roa part of your duty to the church? No. The place I'm in doesn't really have much work. Even when there is, it's only a few times a year I get called there. So, this time is my own judgment. Not because of the orders of the church, but I came here through my own will. Your will? Yes. I came here only because of my own circumstances. I want to die as a human, so I've been chasing Roa. He is the reason my body has become like this. Wants to die? Wants to die? For that sole reason, I have kept on living like this. But that is all over now. These past 5 years. Was it a long time? Was it a short time? I don't know. Her emotionless voice stops. She jumps directly in front of me. So I have to thank you, Tono-kun. My work here is done now. All that's left for me is to take responsibility for my actions. What is this, persona? Senpai, you mean she's going to leave? Thank you so much for everything until now. It has been a long time since I've been this happy. So, let's finish with a handshake. Senpai puts out her hand. I wordlessly accept it. A handshake where we only grip our hands tightly. This is where we part. Even though I'm not going to be here, please stay friends with Inui-kun. Fucking hell, don't make me promise that. I wanted to be a student like you and Inui-kun. And please don't take off your glasses too much. Strange power has a tendency to attract strange things. I think Sensei told us that. You were fine this time, but I do not know what will happen next time. Yeah, I'm like almost certain Aoko told us that. Yeah, I know, someone taught me that a long time ago. In the first place, I've only recently begun to take them off with everything that's been going on. I see, that is a relief. Her fingers pull back. With a handshake over, she pulls back slightly. And this is farewell. It would be nice to meet again someday. I can't reply. I couldn't even stop her. I return to the mansion. It's past 9 at night. An hour past curfew. Oh, hey Kohaku. Ah, Shiki-san. You've come back late today. She might have been in the sitting room until now, as Kohaku comes out to greet me. I'm back. Sorry about that. No, as long as you're back safely, it is okay. I will go make dinner, so please wait in the sitting room. Is Akiya there? Not because I broke curfew, but after hearing what Roa said, I don't think I can talk to her now. No, she is now in her room, so you can rest assured. That's not it, but hey, Kahaku-san. In this house, did you ever hear of me and Akiya having another brother? I don't think so. Why do you ask, Shiki-san? Did something happen? No. I just heard something about me maybe having a brother, and I wasn't really sure. You and Akiya are the only two siblings. I have worked in this mansion since I was a child, so it can't be a mistake. It can't be a mistake. She smiles happily. Kahaku-san, you've been working here since back then? Yes? We were just apprentices, but Hisui-chan and I would help around the mansion. It did happen a long time ago, so it is natural that you do not remember. Yeah, natural. Is she getting nostalgic? She continues to smile as she heads back to the sitting room. Just what was he saying? I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Muttering to myself, I walk towards the sitting room. I lie down in bed. Pulling the sheets over me, I stare blankly at the ceiling. It's over. I still have my wounds and my memories, but it's all over. Now I can return to my peaceful life as a high school student. No need to think about killings or being killed anymore. Just forget. Forget about everything. And from tomorrow, I can't. There's no way I can forget. Damn it. But I can't do anything about it. From the beginning, Senpai and I have lived in different worlds. Just go to sleep. I'll be able to take it tomorrow. I'll sleep now so I can calm down. I can't sleep. My chest is still bothering me. Oh well. I choose a book of English sentences to read so I can drift off to sleep. Oh, another one of these. 1976. I was born as a child of a shopkeeper from a remote countryside village in France. I looked like my mother, who was Oriental, so I grew up feeling a little out of place wherever I went. But all the townspeople were great people and would greet me with bright smiles. To be able to face those smiles, I lived my days honestly and positively. Is that picture in the background? Is that in France? Because I don't think that's in... No, maybe it is. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember where architecture shit is. I'm playing Civ, and that's a bad thing to go by. I cannot remember what that is. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking too much about things. That is almost certainly France. Helping my dad going to school, falling in love like normal. That was my life, and I never doubted my happiness. It was truly a very short time until my 16th birthday. Then that came suddenly to my body, such as when I would be playing with children. For no reason, I wanted to snap their necks, such as when I saw a poor beggar by the road. It seemed so funny, I wanted to stab him with a knife. There was no reason for those feelings. I could not talk to anyone about it, so I started to lock myself away in my room. My dark passions came forth from within me. It's not like I had two personalities or someone came inside me. First of all, I don't believe in such unscientific things. My feelings are the small destructive passion everyone has. Like yelling at your dad after he comes to wake you up after you stayed up all night. Like feeling angry when you walk along a rainy street and a car passing by splashes you with water. Fucking hate that. Such small feelings I feel for an instant solidify me of my mind They solidify inside of my mind and take over. That's why I knew I would do something terrible if I stayed like this. I could only lock myself away in my room. I could only not see anyone and do nothing. That's why I wouldn't hate anyone and I wouldn't have those feelings. But that was a mistake. Imprisoned in my room, my mind was ground away and I eventually passed my limit. That day, after I was completely replaced, what I thought about was how thirsty I was. I took my weakened body out of my room. My parents ran to me as I came out of my room for the first time in a few months. Greeting my worried parents with a smile, I killed them. It really was quick. With my weakened body, I bit into their necks and sucked their blood. After sucking out their blood and life, I stood back up. Has it been 100 years? This body is very fascinating. That was my voice that I had never heard before. Pop, my lips shaping a smile, what used to be me hugged itself. What kind of consciousness was it? Originally, the family I was born into was one that I chose beforehand. But my previous self was destroyed by the princess before I could decide that. I could only feel the condition that the one I'm reincarnated into has a physical potential, resulting in an imperfect reincarnation. As a result, I was born into a body with a high potential, but into a normal family without any social standing. It will be difficult to take over this town without having people notice. But I was not disappointed. In fact, I was filled with happiness. Certainly, it would take a long time for a normal family to gain power. Seizing power socially would be difficult with this self. But in exchange for that inconvenience, I found a truly excellent body. Until now, I had always tried to balance the body and the family standing. Consequently, I was never able to find a body truly excellent. However, the body this time carries many more magic circuits than any of the bodies before, and this body has the same potential as my original. I cursed my calculating self up until now. Things like social standing, they could always be set up later. But the quality of the body is something natural that cannot be added later. After my 17th reincarnation, I finally realized that truth. Myself that finally awoke naturally started to control the people around me like water soaking into the ground. Not in the wild manner I had done so previously, but in a way that didn't spill much blood. The reason is horribly cruel. The reincarnated will called myself cannot exist by itself. All I can do is tell the will I want to do that. I am the one moving this body, but the process was determined by my mind, which has grown along with this body. In other words, my will is from the body I am reincarnated into, but my consciousness still remains from my original self. I have my consciousness, and I have my past memories. As I sleep, I could only dream of nightmares which I would do myself. I still remember the sensation of biting into my parents' throats. I took the townspeople who always greeted me one by one. As if melting them slowly from their feet, I continued to humiliate and mutilate their souls. Within just a month, I held their lives in my fist and played with them however I wanted to. I wanted to go crazy. I wanted to entrust myself completely to insanity. But if I did that, I would commit even more sins than before. That's why I kept on. Trying to preserve my sanity, I tried to minimize the damage I did. If there was such a thing as relief, it was that the end to this nightmare arrived quickly. The white woman came on a night with a crimson moon. I didn't know, but I knew who she was. After our fight, the white vampire princess killed me. Since I had already prepared myself for the next reincarnation, I once again reincarnated, leaving my corpse behind. The white princess left, and my body was taken to the Vatican. And I think that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end off this episode of Tsukihime. Now, we are at an interesting point because, well, Ark is presumably gone, Roa is dead, turned to ash, Ciel said her farewells, and, well, Shiki is alone. So what will he do? What's next in the story? Because, with Roa dead and, well, the two love interests we've had so far gone, at least in one case certainly gone, in one case only presumably gone, there's not much left for us to do. So anyway, find out the answer to what we're going to do next and the more questions next time in Tsukihime. I hope to see you all there.